Well, India's auto industry is literally booming right now, and at the cusp of it are the electric vehicle revolution. There are few companies in India who started early and are now having the first mover advantage, and one of them is, of course, Okinawa Autotech. And I'm joined by the managing director and founder for Okinawa Autotech, Jeetender Sharma. Thank you, Jitender ji, हमसे बात करने के लिए. Sir, first question to you: how's Okinawa doing after all many 5, 6, 7 years literally into the profession, into the game? How are you performing now? OK90 was just launched. How's the bike doing, and what are the numbers saying to you?
I think now the overall EV market is like wonderful. If you see the numbers are growing like anything. Even few years back when the people don't even think of it, the EV can do miracle like this. But this year is a wonderful the overall EV industry, and that's how Okinawa is doing best in this case. If you see in the last few months, Okinawa is, I would say, is number one in the high speed segment in the electric two wheeler area, and that is because of the demand of the vehicles among the customer and the trust which the customer is showing to Okinawa. That is the most important thing for us. And now this month we are at the number of around 12 to 15,000 vehicles we are selling every month.
Well, sir, what are the expansion plans for Okinawa? Because the ecosystem is very important. Just selling the bikes from the dealership is not important. Giving that equal facility to the customer is also equally important, and ensuring that the ecosystem brings on the customer needs and wants is also important. So, what are the plans there?
If you see as an ecosystem, there is a three stakeholder. One is the supplier side, another is a OEM who manufacturing the vehicle, and third is the dealer end. So if you see the frontliner side, our dealership, we already have a presence pan India, and we have more than 500 dealership. And of course, we are coming up our new experience center. We call it as a Galaxy. So today we have around 10 Galaxy stores in India, and we are also further enhancing that numbers also in this fiscal year. Apart from this, like if you talk about the because the when the demand is there in the market, but how to cater that demand, that is very important. So earlier we have one plant, but now this year we have already started our second factory. So overall the capacity of those two plants is 4 lakh vehicles. But recently we have already launched our new mega facility that is going up to the 30 acres of land in that facility, and which have a capacity of 1 million vehicles. This is going to start in the next fiscal year. Other than this, the third stakeholder, which is very important in India, especially for Make in India, Made for India, which Okinawa always believe that is our supply chain. So as our volume is increasing, we also enhancing our customer, our supplier partner to increase their capacity also. So they are also doing on that part also, so that whatever the demands come from the market, as a stakeholder, as OEM, we can meet those demands. So we are working on that.
So talking about your current facility and your current strength, it stands at about 4 lakh vehicles per month or per annually.
Yeah, annually 4 lakhs.
Annually 4 lakhs you can manufacture, and with the new facility that starts next year, you will have a additional capacity of 1 million capacity. That's great, sir. So how do you plan to utilize that, and what all vehicles would you manufacture from the new facility and the old facility combined?
If you see, like right now we are making our few flagship model, that is the Oki 90, another is the our Prius family and the Rich family. These are the three main models lineup we have. But now with the new facility, we are coming our new product launch, which we are coming in the end of this fiscal year, or you can say the starting of the next calendar year. That is our electric motorcycle also we are going to launch. So that also we'll start manufacturing from their new facility also. And apart from this, whatever the new requirement of the existing model, that we are going to make from that new facility.
Right. What are the investments that you've put in currently? You were actually just speaking to investors before we met. What are the plans there? Are you planning to raise more funds, or are you happy with the current amount of money that you're sitting on, or are you in touch with further investors for an IPO listing? Tell us about the company's financial plans.
If you see, as on today, Okinawa is the bootstrap company. We didn't have anyone single investor in our board. So it is 100% hard money of Okinawa as a promoter from our side only. But of course, we did a very good, wonderful job in the last fiscal year. We have a revenue of around 1,000 crore rupees of that revenue. We have achieved that. So apart from this, of course, now there's a lots of investor, you can say, attraction towards the Okinawa. Discussion is going on. But this year, the new facility, we are going to invest around 500 crore rupees in the new mega facility. And apart from this, of course, in the next 2 or 3 years, we are going to invest 1,500 crore rupees.
Okay. Are there any IPO plans?
Not right now, not. But of course, when that right time will come, of course, we'll go for it.
Okay, moving on. You just recently manufactured with an Italian company. Tell us about that, and how will it ensure that your superpower in India, your good sales in India, will further get a boost, because Italian companies are known to manufacture good two wheelers, especially. So their prowess is in that, but how are you planning to make sure that you get a streamline or you get a further boost for your own network?
Okay. Of course, that company name is Tachita in Italy, and they are in the high-end motorcycles. So they are already selling in Europe and the North America for last 12 years. So we have a joint venture with that company, and we have already have tie-up with them, and we have opened our R&D center in Italy only. So where our engineers and their engineers work together for all the future model which are going to launch in India, and of course to buy back in for the Europe market as well as the North America. So that activity we already started, and I think from the next year, next fiscal year, we start selling those models also in India as well as the European market also.
Tell us about how is the Indian EV market looking like. We'll talk about the recent incidents that happened later on, but tell us about how the electric vehicle market you're foreseeing. Your competition is also very aggressively getting in. Of course, you have the first mover advantage. How is the market looking like to you now, sir?
If you see the overall EV market is growing like anything. If you see the overall two-wheeler market in 2 years back, if you talk about 2019, it was around 20 to 21 million vehicles. But last year, the IC engine has sold around 14 million. It means there is already a vacuum of 7 million vehicles is already there. It means the market is there. Only we have to tap the customer with the right product positioning. So if you see the EV market is growing in the multifolds like this. So if you see as an industry player, what we see that in the next 4 to 5 years, this market for the EV is around 7 to 8 million vehicle very easily, and I think Okinawa is one of them in that time.
Right. Sir, what are your expansion plans in terms of dealerships? I'll come to you now. You mentioned about touch points, your service network, dealership points. What is the look forward there, sir?
If you see this year, end of this fiscal year, we are going to touch around 650 dealers across pan India, and of course, in the next 2 years, we are going to touch around 1,000 dealerships network.
Recently, there was a huge race of incidents of fire, scooters catching fire, Consumer Affairs Ministry, Road Transport Ministry. You were in continuous touch with them. The issue has, of course, died down now with summers getting to a close. What really happened, sir? Is I'd like to ask because the consumers would want to know what really happened, and was there a issue with the battery cells, the battery chemistry? What really went wrong?
Actually, let me tell you one thing. This is a new technology, this is emerging technology, and it's a learning curve for everyone. So, if you see this, the model which happened in the fire in case of Okinawa, that model we have launched in year 2018. So, for that product line, we already made more than 1 lakh vehicles, which is already successful running on the roads of India. Only one or two incident cannot define your quality management system. If you see, Okinawa is the first company who is certified for the IATF 16949 that call for the quality management system of overall starting from designing to the manufacturing for your supply chain as well as your delivery to the customer satisfaction also. So that is one of the stake case was happen in that case. And if you see if there is some problem related to the product, supplier, component, anything, there could not be only one case, stake cases. So that is the only case, and as a responsible brand, we took it as a this, and we call is a voluntary recall for those vehicle just to give the confidence to our customer. We are there and we have a trust with our customer that if something went wrong, we are with you. So that is the reason Okinawa recalled the vehicle that time also, and I think that things has already settled down. Whatever the new notification related to the government, whether you're talking about the BIS or the battery improvement related certification, Okinawa will go for it. So whatever the certification you call is, earlier it was AIS 048, it has changed to AIS 156. So Okinawa is already qualifies for that, and if anything new comes for that, of course we will accept it and we will work for that for the betterment of the you can say customer or the EV market.
Right. So, are you still importing cells from China? Because now India has 3 to 4 companies, which I'll tell you later on, who are indigenously manufacturing the crucial part called cells, which usually the companies have to import from China or other companies. Now that India has such facilities of manufacturing lithium-ion batteries, are you in touch with the Indian companies?
Okay, let me tell you, if you talk about the mass production level, in my I think knowledge, nobody is making at the mass production level of the lithium ion cells. Battery pack, of course, everybody is making. We are also making that. Cells, of course, coming from outside India, where it's coming from Korea, China, or the other part of the world. But till date, there is no factory or no facilities available who manufacturing lithium ion cells. There's a few companies who are coming up who want to start the manufacturing of lithium ion cells, but it will take some time because technology is new. It will take some time to start the production of these cells.
So, the companies still continue to procure cells from outside?
Till date, the new facilities not come up in India for the lithium ion cells. Of course, we don't have any option to that.
So, last question to you. Are you in touch with other companies for any acquisitions or joint ventures on the cards that you're looking forward to? Because EV is a network that demands continuous tie-ups, continuous growth, because you cannot build everything by yourself. So, are there any plans for that?
Yeah, of course, as I discussed with you, like we already have a joint venture with the Tachita Italy company. Of course, there are some discussions going on, but as on today, practically we did it this, and I think we were the first company in the EV two-wheeler who did this type of joint venture with any European partner. So of course, we have to first season it, we have to make it settle down, then we will talk about the next one.
Right. So, all is well with respect to the fire incident. We don't want to hear any other fire incidents.
Of course, everything has been settled down. I don't think so. There is anything related to the technical side because there is a lots of other stakeholder. Because the most important thing is how to take care of your vehicle, take care of your battery. That is more important. Do's and don't. Awareness of the vehicle because this technology is new. How to use the vehicle is very important for all the stakeholder. And as a company responsible brand, we always give the awareness to our customers, to our dealers through different media. So that is how the EV market will grow if we work as all the stakeholder work together to grow this market.
Well, thank you so much, Jeetender ji, for speaking to us. Well, that was Jeetender Sharma talking about how the company is completely bootstrapped and is doing everything in it with all it takes to ensure that the company is responsible towards its buyers. Of course, has aggressive expansion plans, and of course, they said that all is well with respect to the fire incidents and no more incidents would be reported further.
If you like the video, do like, comment, share and subscribe.